All right, in this video, we're going to talk about why your med spas ads likely aren't working. And so this is going to be a really great video if you're currently running ads yourself, if you're working with an agency that's running your ads, if you're thinking about running ads, if you ran ads in the past as a way to get more quality, qualified booked appointments on your calendar. If you're currently putting lots of money into Facebook or Instagram and you're not getting anything back, then this is going to be a great video for you. It really comes down, and I'll talk about this throughout the video, but it's really going to come down to your mindset when it comes to running ads. This isn't going to be some secret hack or trick or like button that you can flip on in the Facebook ad manager, because unfortunately that doesn't exist. This is going to be a lot more about your mindset when it comes to running ads and why you are likely the reason that your ads aren't working and you're standing in your own way. So let's just dive right into things here. Before we dive in, my name's Josh. I'm the founder of Wellness Leads. I work with med spas, aesthetic practices, and wellness centers. I've spent hundreds of hours of my own time personally generating leads and booking appointments for my clients by literally picking up the phone and calling their leads to book their appointments for them. And I have booked hundreds of qualified appointments that actually show up and actually end up buying a treatment plan or a package upon arrival. So I like to think that I know a thing or two about what I'm talking about here. A story I'd like to share with you here. So I've recently spoken with a med spa owner who has really been struggling to get their ads to work. And hopefully this story resonates with you as well. But she's tried running ads on herself. She's worked with several other agencies. Each time she tries, what happens is she gets a handful of leads at an insanely high CPL, which stands for cost per lead. So essentially what that means is she's putting a ton of money into Facebook or Instagram and she's getting like nothing back, maybe a handful of leads to show for it. When she tries to reach out to these leads, the pickup rates are super low. The response rates are super low. So people just aren't responding. If she does manage to get a hold of somebody and she books them in for an appointment, the show rates are very low and people are like canceling their appointments like 5 minutes before. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, like maybe 1 to 2 appointments per month that don't even end up buying anything, and they just kind of come in, and she's putting like I think $1,500 a month into her ads, right? So if we dig deeper here, obviously we wanted to get to the bottom of this because she was spending a lot of money on the ads and she wasn't getting anything in return. So I took a look at the campaigns, and the problem became apparent to me almost immediately after looking at the campaign. The problem was the offer that she was running. Okay. Now, before you click off the video, I promise this is going to be different from what you've heard before. Now, the issue here is that as a med spa owner, you likely want to sell more of your high ticket treatment plans and your packages, right? Of course, as we all do, we want to sell our most expensive and our highest ticket items because, for example, like maybe you offer high ticket treatments such as AdvaTX, Cool Sculpting, Morpheus 8, you name it, right? Something that just costs more money. Logically, you want to sell more of those because the profit margins are better on those treatments. You simply make more money when you sell a Morpheus 8 treatment as compared to some of the other things that you might provide. So when you launch your ads, you want to advertise offers to those high ticket treatments, right? Again, completely logical. But the issue here is that you're sabotaging the success of your ads before you ever even launch them. So what do I mean by that? Well, high ticket treatments such as Cool Sculpting, AdvaTX, these high ticket things where one singular treatment is typically a lot of money. And when I say a lot of money, we're talking $300, $400, $500, $1,000 per treatment or more. High ticket treatments make for terrible front end offers. Okay. And when I say front end offer, I simply just mean the thing that we are advertising on the front end. So in our ad itself, like the discount, the promotion that we're putting in the ad. As a med spa owner, you have operational costs, right? So you have labor that you have to pay for, equipment usage, materials or consumables, etc., like depreciation on your equipment. Your high ticket treatments are priced the way that they are because of those costs. And also usually your higher ticket treatments are treatments that are more effective. And so you can charge more for those things, right? Therefore, because of this, you can't afford to offer your high ticket treatments at a price that complete strangers scrolling on social media would find desirable without incurring significant financial losses. So instead of running massive discounts on your AdvaTX or massive discounts on your Cool Sculpting or whatever it is, what you do instead to try to compensate is you run an offer such as 20 to 50% off a treatment plan or a package, right? So, hey, come in for a Morpheus 8 package and we'll give you 30% off your full package, right? Or $500 off a treatment plan or package. So, hey, come in for Emsculpt Neo and any session of 4 will qualify for $500 off, right? Or you say, hey, the first treatment is only $300, or the first treatment's $399 or $599 or $547 or some random price that you pick, right? But these offers like these, they rarely ever work, right? And the question is why? Well, someone has to have already decided that they want that particular treatment that you're offering, or someone has to have already have some kind of idea of how much that treatment actually costs to even realize that you're making them such a good deal. So what do I mean by that? Well, first off, someone has to already have decided that they want the particular treatment that you're offering. If you see an ad on your feed and it's like, hey, get 50% off a package of 4 Morpheus 8 treatments. Well, there's no way I'm submitting my information on that ad unless I am familiar with what Morpheus 8 is and I've already decided that that's something that I want, because there is no way that a complete stranger is going to commit to a series of 4 treatments for something when they literally have never heard of your business before or they have never heard of the treatment before, right? So when we offer somebody something like, oh, 50% off a treatment plan or a package, that really only works if that person has familiarity with you and or has familiarity with the treatment. Okay. Now, second, like I said here, if someone already has an idea of how much that treatment costs, they realize that you're making them a good deal. If, for example, we say, hey, get your first Emsculpt Neo treatment for $400, well, somebody would have to know that a typical treatment is $700, $800, $900, $1,000 per treatment in order to know that they're even getting a good deal for that being $300, right? And most people don't. Most people don't know what the average going price is for an Emsculpt Neo treatment. And that's why the very first question that they ask you is, how much does this typically cost? Or how much is this, right? Whenever you actually get a hold of them. So with all of that said, just go back here. When you use offers like these, so when you use offers like these right here, you typically get less leads at a much higher cost because naturally these are just not very enticing offers. Like someone scrolling Facebook or Instagram isn't going to be like, oh boy, like I get $500 off of a series of 4 treatments that I've never heard of before. So naturally the leads that you do get are just few and far between and they cost a lot more. So you're probably going to get like $30, $40, $50 leads doing this. And you also get a very similar quality of lead as compared to when you offer low ticket things. And when I say quality, I just mean, whatever you associate with the word quality when I say lead. So someone who doesn't pick up the phone, someone who doesn't show up to their appointment, someone who's just shopping around on price, whatever. Okay. Now, your question is, why is the quality the same, right? Because naturally we would think that if we're using a higher price point, we would get higher quality leads, right? Honestly, I have no idea, right? You would think that using a higher ticket price point, so saying, hey, come in for a $399 treatment or offering 50% off or $500 off a treatment plan would attract more serious leads. I would naturally, like logically, I would think that too. But I've tried offers like this lots of times with clients who insist on doing so, and it has never been the case, right? That has never been the case for me. Now, maybe I'm a special person and, maybe this doesn't apply to the rest of the world, but my personal anecdotal experience has been that, when we use something like, hey, get 50% off a treatment plan or a package of some sort, what happens is over the phone, the lead immediately asks, okay, well, how much is the typical cost of a treatment plan, or how much is the typical cost of one of these treatments? And then they gasp at the price if you even give them a single hint or an idea. Now, usually what I would do is I would say, hey, the range is typically 1,500 all the way up to 5,000 or whatever. Does that fit within your budget? And then most of the time people are like, whoa, I had no idea it was going to be that much. I thought it was going to be like $500, right? So there's a massive discrepancy between what they think it's going to cost and what it actually costs. So that's a huge issue. And then if you try to be ambiguous on the price over the phone and you say like, oh, well, typically like the pricing varies depending on your goals and what you're trying to do. And so the best way to figure that out is just to come in for a consultation. What that results in is people who either book an appointment just so they can get off the phone with you, knowing that they're not going to show up to it, or they say, oh, well, honestly, I don't think I want to waste your time or my time by coming in for a consultation for something that I literally have no idea what the price could possibly be, right? So that has always been my experience with this, is that you usually get leads who have literally no idea how much it's supposed to cost. And so when you drop a price at all, they're like super shocked. Or if you don't give them an idea of the price, they're not going to show up to their appointment, or they're not going to want to book anyways. And then the second one here, so like if you do like a $300 for the first treatment where it's a super high ticket treatment, you get so few leads to work with unless you have like a massive budget that it's very difficult to get any results. And so if we're running like $300 for your first Emsculpt Neo treatment or something like that, then usually you're just not going to get enough leads in order for you to book appointments for it to actually be effective for you. That has been my experience. If you have a different experience, congratulations. And I'm glad that you cracked the code and figured it out. How do we fix this problem? Well, this requires more of a mindset shift than a secret strategy or hack. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not going to tell you some secret thing that you can just, fix or add into your funnel to make those types of offers work. The problem here is that you're trying to make all of your profit on the front end offer. Okay, that is the mindset shift that we need to have, is that you are trying to make all of your profit on the front end offer. In other words, whatever you advertise must be the thing that makes you all of the money. This is a massive issue and one of the big reasons why you're standing in your own way and your ads just aren't working. Okay, so let me explain what I mean. So first off, let's just take a step back here. In order for advertising to work, we first need to understand what type of business a med spa is, okay? A med spa is a recurring revenue business. This means that you make your profit when someone buys from you lots of times for a long time, right? So in other words, somebody comes in and they purchase from you today, they purchase from you next month, they purchase from you the month after that, they come in for maintenance treatments, they end up buying your membership, they come in and, initially they came in for body sculpting, now they're interested in facial treatments, whatever, right? The whole goal of a med spa is to create loyal customers that come in time and time and time again. We're not going for a single purchase, right? Med spa treatments often, and the reason for this is med spa treatments often aren't a one-time fix where someone comes in, they get a series of treatments or they get a singular treatment, and then all of their beauty concerns are fixed forever for the rest of their life, okay? But most med spas treat their business as if it is a one-time purchase business, where the goal is to get as many people in the door as possible who will buy an expensive package or an expensive treatment plan one time so that you can temporarily have all of this cash flow in your business, right? Now, you might think, no, that's not me, right? I know that the real profit is made when someone actually comes back multiple times. But then my question to you is, why do you want to run offers in your ads specifically to your treatment plans or your packages and all of your most high ticket expensive treatments, right? If you truly believed that the real profit is made when someone makes multiple purchases over a period of time, then you would stop trying to get people to buy your most expensive, highest ticket treatment or package on the very first purchase, right? You simply wouldn't do that. That wouldn't be a thing that you do if this was truly a belief that you had. So I want you to think of your med spa like this, okay? Your business is a value ladder, okay? So this is what a value ladder looks like. Let me just blow this up here. A value ladder is simply just a way to think about the things that you offer in your business. So the different treatments and the different price points. Typically, the way that it is going to work is you're going to get the most people interested in your lower ticket things. And then the whole goal is to ascend people from your low ticket things up to the next highest ticket thing. And then from there, you ascend them again and then again. So for example, let's say that you got somebody in the door for a $49 Thermalift treatment in one area that they get to choose. From there, once you get that person in the door, you upsell them into a $600 Thermalift package where it's just multiple treatments. Then from there, you upsell them into a $1,500 anti-aging package where now you're not just doing Thermalift, but you're combining it with other anti-aging treatments. And then from there, you get them into a $3,500 VIP package of some sort, which maybe that starts to include also, body sculpting or whatever else, okay? Then, of course, you can also have your monthly membership, which is kind of like your continuity where people are paying you month and month, time and time again. Okay, so this is how you need to start thinking about your med spa. It's like a ladder where people kind of enter the ladder or they enter your business at the lowest rung, and then they themselves kind of take the steps up your value ladder, up this staircase with your assistance, okay? So the goal here is to use bait, quote unquote bait, to get people in the door. Once they're in the door, you walk a certain percentage of those people up your value ladder. So in this case, the $49 Thermalift treatment is the bait. It's the thing that gets people in the door. The issue with so many med spas is they try to enter people in to the middle of their value ladder, which is the equivalent to skipping a step, right? So people like to just try to dive bomb and go straight in for the $600 or the $1,500 package before you've ever even gotten someone to take that first initial step, okay? There is a massive level of trust that you need to build with someone before they are willing to transact with you in higher dollar amounts, especially when you're running ads, because people that see your ad on Facebook or Instagram are strangers to you and strangers to your business. you build trust with that person by using bait. Okay. And this is this first step is the bait that gets someone interested enough, a complete stranger interested enough in order to want to, come into your business. So what is bait? Let's talk about this a little bit more in depth here. Well, bait typically takes the form of some kind of like discounted first treatment or a discounted first package of some sort, which is so good that someone would feel stupid passing it up, even a stranger scrolling social media. So someone scrolling on Instagram or Facebook and they see your ad that's going directly to this bait. So this bait offer, such as a $49 Thermalif treatment, and they go, whoa, I've never heard of this business before, but that offer is amazing. Okay, so I need to at least submit my information to get more info on that, right? So in my opinion, the criteria for a good first offer, so the thing that you advertise in your ad, instead of advertising a $600 first treatment or just trying to go directly to Cool Sculpting or directly to Morpheus 8 or one of your higher ticket treatments, instead of doing that, you want to offer something that can be offered in the range of $49 on the low end up to like $199 on the high end. And I typically prefer to be lower on this spectrum so that we can get more leads on the front end, and then we can always increase our price if we're getting too many leads, which is a great problem to have. And then the goal here is to use that price point and then either break even, come at a very small loss, or make a small profit. Okay, this business idea, this business concept is called a loss leader. This isn't something that I invented by any means. This is something that I actually learned in college, right? This is a topic that's taught in business school. Okay, but a loss leader is essentially when you use something on the front end that is low enough in cost to you that you can offer it at a low enough cost to get random strangers interested enough to engage with your business. And then once they've engaged with your business, you then focus on ascending them or upselling them or cross-selling them into things that are more profitable. Okay, so it's a way to get people in the door. Okay. And the second criteria here is that the thing that you offer must naturally lead into more treatments. Okay, so the thing that you get people in the door for, it must naturally lead into needing more treatments to achieve their goal, either that same treatment or you can cross-sell them into other higher ticket treatments as well. So as an example here, let's use Thermalift, right? So if someone puts their hand up and says, hey, I'm interested in coming in for your $49 Thermalift special, this indicates that the client wants help with fine lines, skin sagging, natural, like just generally looking older, etc. Clients can see results after their first Thermalift treatment, but to ultimately get what they want and to ultimately achieve their desired beauty goals, they're going to need multiple treatments, or they're going to need a combination of other treatments such as like a HIFU facelift, a microneedling treatment, Morpheus 8, etc. Right? So you get people in the door with the Thermalift treatment that is, low enough in terms of cost, in terms of what you spend as a business, that you can offer it at a lower price point in order to get people in the door, so that you can say, based on what you're telling me here, it might make more sense, or it might make the most sense for you to not only do this Thermalift treatment, but if we could combine this with Morpheus 8, or if we could combine this with microneedling, I think that that'll really get you the best results. And if we extend that over, 4 treatments or something like that, right? That is where you make the profit. It's not on the upfront first thing that you're going to make your profit. So just to give you some examples of terrible first offers, some examples could be like laser tattoo removal, where you offer laser tattoo removal at a break-even price point. The issue with this is that you solve their problem once, which is get rid of my tattoo, and then there's no logical upsell or cross-sell, right? Unless they have multiple tattoos that they want removed. If someone comes in to get like this one small tattoo removed off of their arm, and then you're like, hey, are you interested in body sculpting? They're like, no, I never indicated any interest in that, right? Teeth whitening is another one. Like if you offer teeth whitening at a break-even cost, like again, people come in, the problem is solved, their teeth look whiter, and it doesn't naturally lead into anything else. It doesn't naturally lead into body sculpting, or body contouring, or anti-aging or anything. Now, could that person potentially be interested in like getting a facial or getting something else? Of course they could be, but that's not a great marketing strategy to just hope that someone is also interested in something else. We want to get, we want to get people in the door for something that clearly indicates that they are interested in something. So for example, with Thermalift, we know that someone is trying to look younger. And so we can sell them things that help them look younger. This also, it goes without mentioning, but something like teeth whitening makes for a great additional bonus. It doesn't make for a great introductory offer on its own. Same thing with like skin tag or wart removal. Like people come in, they get the thing removed, and then unless they have lots of those that they need removed, it doesn't make for a great upsell into anything else. Okay. Next thing to talk about here is that it's okay to break even or lose money on the front end, because a lot of med spas are afraid to run low ticket offers and break even on the front end. I've mentioned this. I have calls with med spas. I have my clients that I need to, help them understand this. But a lot of med spas are like, oh, I tried this one time with this other agency and I don't like, it didn't work. Or, I understand the idea, but like, we just can't afford to be breaking even on these offers or breaking even on these initial purchases here. But the same reason that you're afraid to run low ticket offers and break even on the front end is the same reason that you should be very excited to do that, because nobody else is willing to do so. Let me explain what I mean here. The most med spas are afraid to run offers like that, and that's why they opt in for running bad offers like 50% off a treatment plan, or your first treatment's only $300 or $400 or some super high price point. But the fact that so many med spas are afraid to do this is all the more reason to do it. If you run an offer better than any of your competition in your local area and you get comfortable with the idea that breaking even or losing some money on the front end will get you more customers, then you can capture like 80% of your local market, and you can take all of that business from your competition. From there, the whole idea here is that you put all of your focus on how to properly take someone from the first treatment to the next, to the next, to the next, and to the next, and so on and so forth. Then that's where you truly become so profitable that you'll wish that you started this sooner. Okay, so I want you to think about it this way, right? Offering something at a break-even price point, or even losing a slight amount on the front end, is very similar to basically getting a customer for free. So let's say that, for example, you get a customer who spends $50 on a ThermoLift treatment, and your cost as a business owner to administer that ThermoLift treatment is $50. Well, now you're at $0. You made $0 in profit. But what you did is you just earned a brand new customer that you can then try to upsell or cross-sell into other things, and you can then market to further, whether it's email marketing or whether it's running retargeting ads or whatever it is, right? So you just earned yourself a customer by doing that, okay? Now, the other thing that we need to touch on here is that a lot of the times med spas also think that low prices attract bad leads. Another common objection is that using low prices attracts bad leads who are price shoppers or time wasters. But 9 times out of 10, it's not the offer or the price point that attracts bad leads. As I discussed earlier, you're going to get bad leads no matter what price point you use. It's likely you or your agency's sales process that lacks proper filters to remove these bad fit leads. But the problem here is that you still blame it on the low ticket offer, because it's a lot easier to just say, oh, it's the price point of the offer. Let's just jack up the price and run it to something more expensive or higher ticket. Think about it this way. Let's say that I have a goal of losing 15 pounds. Okay, so I hit the gym 5 times a week. I lift weights and I do cardio. My workouts are absolutely on point. I'm doing a great job. I'm pushing myself to failure. I'm hitting my cardio workouts. I'm not missing any of my workouts. But then on top of that, I'm eating like crap, right? I eat terrible foods and I eat way too much, and I'm in this huge caloric surplus. Would it be rational for me to then throw my hands up and say, "Oh, like these workouts, they just don't work. Like I'm lifting and I'm doing all this cardio. I need to change my entire workout routine if I ever want to lose these 15 pounds," right? Would it be logical for me to say that? Of course not. Okay. Of course, it wouldn't be logical for me to say that. It would be rational for me to recognize that the real problem is that I'm eating like crap. Okay. So I can continue to work out the same exact way that I'm working out. I just need to fix my diet. And then once I fix my diet, I can lose that 15 pounds, right? My workouts were great, but it was my diet that held me back. So it would be foolish for me to blame my workouts as the reason for me failing and not losing the weight. This is the exact same with your ads, okay? So many people try running a low ticket offer in their ads, and then they blame the offer as the reason why their leads are low quality, okay? When in reality, it has nothing to do with the offer, and it has everything to do with your sales process, okay? The purpose of the offer in your ad is to get people who have a problem that you can solve interested in something that you do. And the purpose of the sales process is to get rid of the time wasters and book in the serious people. Okay, so if you just throw your hands up and say, oh, the reason we get low quality leads is because the front end offer is so cheap or it's such a low cost, what you're doing is you're doing the exact same thing as if you were trying to lose 15 pounds and you're blaming the workouts when really it's your diet's fault. Okay, it's the same exact thing here. You're blaming the offer when really it's your sales process's fault. And so it's all about fixing the sales process. Now, before this video gets too long, just to wrap up here, if you'd like some help coming up with an offer yourself for your business that can start to attract better, higher quality leads, and you can book people in that are serious and they want to buy a treatment plan and they want to buy a package while still using this loss leader strategy that I'm mentioning here to take 80% of your market space and to completely dominate your competition, then click the first link down below, watch the video on that page, and you'll learn how I could potentially guarantee you a minimum of 10 to 20 qualified aesthetic consultations that actually show up every single month. And if I didn't get you that result, then you wouldn't pay me a single dime. Thanks so much. See you in the next one.